are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABRIC.
Holiday season is just around the corner, which means that everyone is getting their festive season planning underway. Now, while we're winding down, cyber criminals are winding up to defraud their unsuspecting victims. SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay is back in the loft to explain the best ways to identify and avoid all of the classic holiday scams. I mean, what a terrible idea that when we are at our most vulnerable, wanting to buy all these amazing gifts for the holidays, people are targeting us. So what are holiday scams and classic holiday scams?
So what happens is that we look at ads that are placed in the classifieds of the newspaper, and criminals actually use that as well. They go in, they advertise, and especially now when it's coming close to holiday time, and especially even closer to the festive season, they advertise real great specials, last-minute holiday bookings. And of course, people who haven't actually done bookings and are looking for a bargain, looking for a good discount somewhere, are attracted to these adverts. And criminals know that. Again, it's a little bit of social engineering. In fact, maybe not a little, a lot of social engineering, manipulating people. And so what happens is that they advertise these amazing offers, and people go for it, and then sometimes it's by way of an email, sometimes people may see it in the newspaper and call through, and obviously the criminals on the other side, and they would then enter into this deal and make payment. They'll be given bank account details and make a payment. And of course, you're never going to get the holiday. There's no accommodation. You're never going to get that air ticket that you apparently bought at this cheap rate. So it's very important to watch out for these specials. For one, you know, it's the usual, very cliched thing that we always say, if it's too good to be true, it really is. And you have to just be a little bit awake and just stay a little calm during this time. Also, you know, when you're selling something on the classifieds, and if you advertise it, the person calls you, they want to buy it, they say to you, I've already deposited the money into your account after you've given them the details, and they send you proof of deposit. And of course, it's a fake deposit slip. And so what we're saying to bank customers, always make sure that you go into your bank account, check to see that the funds have been cleared, that it's actually there for you to access before you actually hand over the goods.
I can imagine that happens so much, especially with little holiday rentals, and I suppose Airbnb will then, you know, be quite good.
Yes, it'll probably. We haven't really had any complaints that they've had problems with that. But I think where the issue comes in is when there's this really, you know, trying to attract people, extreme discounts, you know, like an air ticket that's extremely cheap. It's not usually with the airline. It may just be like a little agency apparently, or purporting to be an agency that's offering it. So I think just, you know, everybody needs to be vigilant, stay calm, look out to see that, you know, this is really not, you know, do your homework, make a call, find out, Google, check to see whether this accommodation actually does exist. You know, sometimes you just get a name, it sounds very exotic, it's got palm trees all over it, and then you sort of just go with it. So I think it's really about saying to people, watch out, we're getting closer to the festive season. These offers are going to suddenly start popping up all over the place. And just, you know, be careful about what you're doing and where you're putting your money.
Oh, that must be devastating. Imagine you going on holiday and realize, no, you're not.
Yes, imagine getting there and then you actually bought an air ticket to go somewhere, and then you actually don't have the accommodation.
What is 3D Secure, and how can that help us?
So 3D Secure is a sort of second or additional layer of authentication. MasterCard and Visa actually created this to assist with having another layer of authentication when you're using your card to do online payments. So it's your card not present transactions. And MasterCard actually calls it MasterCard Secure Code, and Visa calls it Verified by Visa. And you know, if you actually have not got that, then you should register for it. And what happens is that when you're busy with a transaction and you're making an online payment, it will prompt you to provide a secure code, which usually will get sent to either your mobile or an email address that you provided. So it's just another layer of security.
How can we identify when we're being scammed or not? Because some of these things look very convincing, especially if it's in a newspaper and the classifieds.
Unfortunately, you know, it is a difficult thing. So we're saying to people, look, rather, if you're doing it online, make sure that you're on a safe site. You know, take your cursor again, get onto the URL at the top, click to see that it is HTTPS. Very important. So you need to click on there to be able to know that you're on a secure site. Look out for the closed lock sign. Register for 3D secure. It's just these few little precautions that we need to take when we're communicating online. And most often, the criminals actually do target people electronically because they know that all of us communicate electronically.
And we're always in such a rush that chances are you're not looking for that little locked sign on the site, but we must.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here
It's
again.
a pleasure, Jeannie.
Now, according to statistics, a whopping 58% of mails are classified as spam. That's a lot. So join us next week when Kalyani explains how to avoid phishing so that you don't fall victim.